risk. Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Magical Monday, the May 11th edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Les Show. Right now, we got mixed bag out here. You got the Dow is off 15 points, well off of its lows from this morning. The S&P's up 7, Nasdaq up 75. Russell's just turned green. It's flat. Semis are up 4 points. New York Stock Exchange is off 22. Trannies are down 44. Spot volatility is off 53 cents, trading out at 27.45, well below its 50-day exponential moving average. Gold's back $15. Silver 12 cents. Light sweet crude is off 22 pennies. Natural gas is flat, and the 30-year is down nearly 1 full point, 29.30 seconds to the downside. Lead the charge dollar-wise. The upside, it is Quidel Corp up 28% or $44. Myocardia is up $38, 63%. Market taxes holding 7% to the upside. Amazon's up $29, over 1%. Shopify up $26, 3% plus to the upside. Booking Holdings is off 17. Tesla down 9. The Trade Desk is off 8. Madison Square Garden's down about 10 buckaroonies. So looks like we're about to go green on the Nasdaq. So what's going on outside these marketplaces out here? It's all about the nines. You and I, we talk about one of the tools that we use to help us identify support and resistance when a market's making a top or a bottom, and we look for those 9 counts out here. So if we take a look at what transpired in the markets this morning, this would have helped you. This would have stopped you from going short, or should have stopped you from going short at this morning's open, was the mere fact that what was going on inside the NQ, the strong dog out here. Now, by the way, last evening, this formed a TD 9-count top. It does that at 2,200 hours. Price was also moving higher, doing it with less relative energy, generating Rhodes momentum indicator signal. That was confirmed at 1 o'clock in the morning. When it confirms, then what you do is you start looking for levels of support. Well, in the case of the NQ, you had really 4 levels of support. You had the 3 different profiles. There was a bullish structured profile, and below that, 9150 was the number. And yes, price did close below this level. This is a 1-hour time frame chart that we're taking a look at. And you can see the bar number 8 at 9 o'clock in the morning, just below breakout support of 91.50.50. And it didn't take long for price to get back inside there. As soon as that cash market opened, it was boom, off to the upside. Now, what price has done is it is trading above, it is closed above on an hourly basis. It's a breakdown resistance level, 92.71 1/4. It's only in bar number 4 out here. So it looks like the Nasdaq is suggesting that it wants to move higher. Now, just wait, because we've got more. And the more is we're going to just simply slide down to a shorter term time frame chart out here. And if we take a look at that, what you're going to see is this is actually bar number 8. Now, you had the 9s working on the 30-minute time frame as well. So as price was moving down into the lows at the open, cash open, I should say, this morning, we saw that it and this is the NQ, it generated a 9-count pattern, which was the bar after 9. Remember, it's the low of bar 8, 9, or the bar following 9, which we could call 10, but I don't label. It is 10. But here, too, we've got a close on the 30-minute basis above 92.64 in the NQ. Will this form a 9-count top? Well, you've got bar number 8 that's going to form at 1:30, bar number 9 at 2 p.m., the bar after 9 at 2:30. You will know come 2:30 whether or not there's at least a short-term top that is formed. It could come before then, but 2:30 would be the latest out there that you would see that pattern unfold. That's the NQ. It's the same all the way through. If we take a look at the ES Mini as an example, here's the ES Mini. This is what we're doing right now is we're spending time understanding the message of the markets on a short-term time frame, because it is oftentimes a short-term time frame where we need to get a feel for what the market is communicating to us. If you take a look at the ES Mini for its 60-minute time frame last night, this formed a TD9 count top out here. You can see it on the screen. What did it do this morning? TD9 count bottom. Now, in the hourly time frame, price is well below its breakout level, and that's a breakdown level. That's 29.45. There's nothing on a 60-minute time frame chart to suggest that price won't get up there. But we do have to go take a look at that shorter-term time frame, because we look at the ES Mini, it too, like the NQ, is going to form bar number 8 at 1:30 today, or it should form bar 8. I don't know what's going to transpire in the next 18 minutes. In this case here, the ES Mini weaker than the NQ in that on its 30-minute time frame, price has not made it up to its breakdown level of 29.3850. So we're going to watch the 9 count as price is approaching that area. Would I be short now? The answer is no. Absolutely not. Not when you've got a 9 count in your pocket, at least on the short-term time frames out here, 30 and 60 minute. That's what I would be focusing on. Why? Because, well, I think we just kind of laid out really the reasons why out here. So that's what's going on the short-term time frames. No reason for us to go take a look at the Dow. We just see really the same things out here. Now, what else is happening inside the market? Well, if we go take a look at the daily time frame, what we also saw took place this morning as the ES Mini was pulling back. So as we were taking a look at this 30-minute time frame out here, we were taking a look at that bar following bar number 9 out here. Guess what else was transpiring? You had price on the daily basis testing old resistance. Old resistance was the top of that profile. And so that was tested. That was rejected. We now know that that's a real key level on any moves to the downside. Again, that number out there is 29.80 and some change. Just use 29.80 out there for the number. If we take a look at the NQ on a daily basis, if we look at what's possible out here as a 3 drive to a top pattern, drive number 1 would have formed on April 17th. Drive number 2, if we're just taking a look at intra-session highs versus closes, we'd look at April 30th, and that would say that the 3 drive pattern would complete out here on May 13th. Today's May 11th, so we may see the market continue to move higher for the next couple of days. But we're basically inside that window. That window says what we need to see is a bearish reversal candle to confirm its Gartley sell pattern, or 3 drive to a top pattern. We were just talking about the Nasdaq out here. Let's pull over the Russell. Well, that's the weekly. Sorry, didn't mean to pull that over. Not that we can't, but that's not what I was aiming for. I was aiming right here. And that was the daily time frame. The daily time frame, we can see the 3 drive to a top pattern inside the Russell 2000. Now, at this stage, all price been able to do is get back to support. That's Stevie's red line. Nonetheless, this still has a sell pattern that is in place. So too does the Dow. So too does the ES Mini. The one that doesn't is the NQ. So we sit at this party out here while we've got all these topping signals. We wait for the NQ to generate its topping signal. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN is launching an open house for our Tiger's Den. For a limited time, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den. Just enter promo code OPEN at checkout and pay nothing for 30 days while you try out your Tiger's Den membership as part of our open house. With market volatility at an all-time high and people all over the world working from home if possible, TFNN is hosting an open house in our Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is an interactive chat room that runs all day where other tigers and tigresses discuss trading ideas with the hosts and members, along with charts and current market news, as well as live access to the charts the hosts use during their programs. Join us for the Tiger's Den Open House. Begin your Den membership today by just entering OPEN at checkout and pay nothing while you try things out for 30 days. For all the details and to start your Den membership today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the TFNN Tiger's Den Open House taking place now. Sign up today.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to our first caller. We've got Dean on the line. Dean, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Hey, Steve, I'm good. What about you?
I am doing well. Also, thanks for asking. And 3M is, I believe, what you called about. Why don't you tell us what you're looking at, what you're doing, and how I can best help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for a quick short-term entry in 3M. I wanted to know what you think.
Sure. So let's take a look at 3M. Let's look at it, Dean, on 3 different time frames and get its try to get an overall message. So here's what we know. Right now, this is trading at 146.60, and it's trading below support from its daily time frame. And that was at 149.53 out there. That was the bottom of its TAS market profiles. We have seen, since price has closed below that 149.53, we've seen a couple of attempts to get back inside there, and it keeps getting shot down, so to speak. So the daily time frame is not providing you yet with a signal. Price is moving sideways, and we'll go take a look at my other charts out there. But right now, it's below support. That's what we know, and so this would be more bearish than it would be bullish. If we look at the weekly time frame, what we can see is that 2 weeks ago, out here, price had a nice little spike to the upside, and that spike to the upside ran right into its bearish structured weekly profile. 159.94 is the top of the box. At the top of the box out here, Dean, this is where sellers reside for the time frame that we're looking at. The bottom of the box is where buyers are at. That's 124.25. Well, the center line is where there's both buyers and sellers within that price range. When that center level is closer to the top or the bottom, that's when it gives us either a bullish or a bearish structured profile. In this case here, it's bearish in structure. So because price is below the center of that level, 154.84 on an intermediate term time frame, if that's what you were looking at, what the charts are telling you is wait for price to get down to 124.24. You're at 146, another $24 to the downside. that signal is really what we're also seeing inside the daily time frame with price trading below support. Now we move over to the longer term. We take a look at the monthly time frame. And the monthly time frame price is also trading below the bottom of its profile. So even though the market's had a very nice rally out here, 3M has been weaker than the markets out here. And it tried last month to get up to the 165.36 level. Couldn't do it. That was the bottom of its monthly profile. And this is suggesting to you that 3M wants to move to lower prices as well. So at this stage, we've got the daily saying not yet, the weekly saying not yet, and the monthly saying not yet. Any questions so far?
No questions. I think you've answered my question.
Okay.
So the only thing is just to wait.
Yeah, I really think that is the that's what you need to do at this stage here is wait. We're not seeing any kind of a signal here to suggest that you step inside this. And when I look at my other charts on the daily time frame, I also don't have any kind of a signal. A pullback at a minimum. We should see price get down to 142.92. You know, that's another $4 or so below where it's trading right now. But I would be very patient on this. I would be looking for what I really think is going to happen with 3M, much like the markets. I think you'll be able to pick up 3M at about maybe $89.60 when all is said and done. All right?
Okay. Let's see. Can you look at one more?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yes. GTS.
GDX?
No, Girl Tango Stacy.
GTS. Okay, perfect. I'm going to switch over to my other charts as well. So what are you in a position here looking to get in?
Looking to get in a position here, another short-term trade. It's this Puerto Rican healthcare company.
Okay, so as we take a look at it, we really do the same thing out here. Now, in this case, it's had a nice move today, and if you're wondering why price stopped where it did, the high today is 1693, trading at 1684, but where those sellers are at, where those snipers are at, is the top of that profile, and that's 1688. We can see over the course of the last 4 or 5 days, we've seen 1, 2, 3. Today's going to be the 4th attempt at trying to clear that resistance level of 1688. So now would not be the time to enter that position. Maybe a pullback to 1591, or if there's a close above the top of that profile, 1688, then we would say, okay, maybe there's a breakout going on. Price today right now on the weekly basis, the week just began, so we don't know how it's going to end. It is above the top of its weekly profile, so that says okay. And the monthly says this might have bottomed, because it's got, well, one, it's got a nice bullish structured monthly profile. So you would know if you were in this trade, a close below 1416 would suggest that you exited. Now I'm going to pull over my other charts just to see what other patterns might be going on that would either get us into a position or perhaps stop us from getting into a position. And let's start with the daily time frame out here. So on the daily time frame, we know price ran into resistance. I don't have any other signal out here other than to suggest maybe trying to, well, here's what I can say. We know now that at 1789, that would be your reward as you step into this. That's going to be resistance. That's going to be strong resistance. We don't know if it will get taken out, but we do know that it's strong resistance. That's where price last broke down. So your reward risk on this trade here, your reward is going to be 1789. Your risk is probably 1351. Where price had most recently broke out from. So even entering this, I had said to you, hey, look, if price closes above the top of that profile, maybe you take a look at a momentum trade. I would say I would ixnay that now, knowing that resistance is up at 1789. If this pulls back to 1627, 1591, and you want to enter a short-term trade, then I could see that. So those would be the parameters that I would use. The weekly's not providing me with any other information. The monthly is saying that price needs to close above 1738 for this to give you the possibility of it continuing to run higher. And 1738 is what I refer to as Stevie's red line in this case here. And price has tested and rejected this level. And on a longer term basis, this is suggesting that GTS wants to move to lower price as well out here. But that's what I see. So I would just simply go back to the daily time frame, make sure that you know the number 1789 is resistance. Maybe a pullback to 1591, 1628 could get you into a short-term trade. But I'd probably exit right around that 1780 area.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Thanks.
You bet. Thanks so much for calling. That was Dean, I believe in Florida. out here. So a neighbor, so to speak. Okay, Tom has written in, and so let's go see what Tom was looking at. Tom is saying, good afternoon, Steve. Where do you see the SPY headed? And I'm looking at a long position in the SPX. So I don't know if that's a short-term position, Tom, or what your time frame is. But so your opportunity to have gone long into the S&P, certainly from the short-term time frame, would have been this morning at the cash open. And if you were using the TD9s, you would have been aware that that was a pattern that was set up inside the ES Mini for both its 30-minute and for its 60-minute time frame out there. Again, I'll pull over the 60-minute. I don't think that we've done that, but here you'll see the 9s. Now is not the time to get into that long trade, just simply because on that 30-minute time frame, as we discussed during that opening segment, is you're going to be in bar number 8 now. And we know that highs can occur on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. And if a TD9 count pattern forms below 29.38, that's suggesting we should see some kind of pullback or retracement. Whether that's a topping signal or not, that I don't know. But so right now, Tom, as far as taking a long position, I don't see that. The other issue that you've got, and you should really consider at this stage here, inside the ES Mini, it's got a Gartley sell pattern. It's still active. The same thing in the S&P 500. The same thing in the SPY. Price has to clear this candle session from, let me see if I can do this before the breakout here, April 29th, I believe it is, or April 30th. It's got to clear that high. We'll be right back. We'll talk about this when we get back on the room. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait, and we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow, S&P, Nasdaq, Russell, semis all in the green right now. Wilshire is up 121 points. Nasdaq Composite up 97. So we're taking a look at the S&P. We're looking at the ES Mini for Tom out there. During the break here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just shift over. He was asking about the SPY specifically, and so I'm going to pull that over. Each of you probably have access to this as well, so you'll follow along and you can see what this is the same chart pattern that we would look at inside the S&P 500 cash indice or the ES Mini, and that's the Gartley sell pattern. And that was confirmed here when we take a look at the SPY, Tom. This was confirmed on the trading session of April 30th. So it really sets up resistance. That was a bear sash candle out there. It tells us that your resistance is at 294.88. That's the top of the profile. That's the high from the trading session of April the 29th. And price would need to close above that to negate the pattern. Now, if price does close above that to negate the pattern, you've got a resistance level of 298.78 out there. And so it really would be difficult to say, hey, yeah, go ahead and take a long position until you would see price close above that, 298.78. Look, if price closes above 294, the top of that bear structured daily profile for the SPY, 294.88, then I definitely see this moving to the 298.78 level. But can it take that out? That I don't know, and I would say be careful. Now, that's the SPY. Oftentimes, you and I will take a look at the equal-weighted ETFs for either the S&P or the Qs. If we take a look at for the S&P out here, that ticker symbol, by the way, is RSP. You're going to see the Gartley sell, and you're going to see that this needs to close above, well, not just 98.05, it really needs to close above 99.15 to suggest a breakout. And oftentimes, the equal-weighted ETF is the one that is really painting the way. It's really showing us what's going on out there. You know how there's people, of course, I haven't listened to much of I just don't have much time these days to listen to much of what's going on in the either on Bloomberg News or CNBC or even listen here at TFNN. But there's lots of folks that will say that, hey, there's just 4 or 5 stocks that are moving these markets higher. Now, you and I know differently, right? We know differently for a lot of reasons. One, if we just take a look at the equal-weighted ETF out here, it's not substantially different than the QQQ series. There is no topping signal here in the equal weight. I do have a 3 drive to a top pattern drawn in, but that hasn't formed just yet. That's one way you and I can take a look at the markets, understand market participation. There's another way that you and I can do it. So don't fall for, yes, are the FANG stocks, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, are they doing well? Are they pulling the markets higher? Yes, but are they the only ones? Oh, come on. Please. Don't. Of course, they're not the only ones. Here we take a look at market breadth for the Nasdaq. Here you'll see that it's in the green condition, the bullish condition for weekly, daily, 240 and 60-minute time frames out there. Now, granted, it is those key FANG stocks that are going to be important for being able to identify the top. And there's really just 6 of them that you need to focus on and pay attention to. But don't get caught up in this idea that there's only 4 or 5 stocks that are participating in this counter trend rally that the market has had. That's bogus. That's BS. That's before Steve shared with you that information about what market profiles are doing. If we take a look at Microsoft, if it's going to form a top, using the TD9 counts, well, that should form today or tomorrow, because today is going to be bar number 9. We can also see it's in wave number 7. That is letter G. At a minimum, price is going to have to close below Stevie's green line, currently priced at 182.14, to suggest that there's any kind of serious retracement that's going on. But Microsoft does have a couple of topping signals, so it's important for us to pay attention over the course of at least the next couple of trading sessions. That's the number 1 weighted structure, equity inside the NDX 100. Number 2, it's Apple. Apple is in wave number 6. That's letter F. It's at the 1 to 1.618. A to B equals CD. And it's headed up towards resistance. That's at the breakdown resistance at 324.65, but no topping pattern here, nothing confirmed. We think we did this on Friday, and so I apologize if I think we did, if I'm just going over stuff that I've already done before. But, it's always good to review. If we take a look at Amazon, it's got a butterfly sell, a Rhodes momentum indicator. Sell prices below Stevie's green line right now. Price hasn't broken through a key level of support. That would be 22.39. But this does have its topping signal is in place out here. So Amazon's got it. The first two, Microsoft and Apple, don't. We need all 6 of these instruments that I'll show you to generate that topping signal. That then would be the indication, or could be the indication, that the markets are ready to move south. If you take a look at Googly one, it's in wave number 6. That's letter F, no other topping signal. The A to B equals CD pattern or a Gartley cell is in play out here, but it too needs to see a bearish reversal candle. But at this stage here, for Google, nope. No topping signal here. If we take a look at Facebook. Now, what this is telling you is if you're going to short, don't be looking at the Nasdaq. Not just yet. Not until these guys and gals go ahead and give you the signal. Do we have a signal inside of Facebook? We do not. It's headed to its 1 to 2 A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. That's the 218.49 level out here. If we see a bearish reversal candle, that'll be a different story. But at this stage, it remains bullish. That is Facebook. And so one of the 5 that we looked at, that was Amazon's got a topping signal. Let's do item number 6, and that would be Intel. And Intel has the Gartley cell pattern. Having a nice day today. Doesn't mean anything. It still has the topping signal out there. So really, I kind of so the indices. We've got topping signals. We've got them all over the place, with the exception of the Nasdaq Composite. There are more than just 6 stocks in the Nasdaq that have lifted its market higher out there. You're not going to fall for that garbage out here. But in order for a top to form, those weighted positions out here, those 6 represent 43 or 47, somewhere in the high 40s or low 40s of the weighting, just those 6 stocks. So it is important to pay attention to those positions out here. Let's go to our next question. This one coming in from Joe G. Joe writes in, your voice makes me believe in America again. Well, good. You should. It should. There's no reason to not give up. We're just going to be in some difficult times out here, but we'll navigate the markets. Anyways, Joe goes on to say, have a position in NVIDIA, but looking to add to that position. If I read this correctly here, do I see a dip coming anytime soon? What's the potential we see for NVIDIA for long term out here? So let's go take a look at NVIDIA. It's got an A to B equals CD pattern on the daily basis. I don't believe that it was. I don't believe that it was confirmed. Just simply meaning that the B point of the A to B equals CD pattern was not passed with volume. The volume back then was 24 million shares. That was and so this has not taken out that B point with volume. Doesn't matter out here. This could be performing, maybe this is going to just do a double top. Nope, can't do a double top. It's already beyond its most recent high from February 20th. Now, that had 20 million shares. You're above that high so far today on light volume, 8.3 million shares. Nonetheless, Joe, you've got a move out here, targeted move, price point targeted move, A to B equals CD in a 333 level. Now, price does not need to stop there. It can go ahead and make the 1 to 1.272 expansion of that A to B leg. That would give you 358.87. Those are some upside price targets. So, Joe, when we get back to this breakout here, let Stevie pull over his other charts for NVIDIA. Looks very bullish on the weekly, very bullish on the monthly. So we're going to have to pull over my other chart, see if we see any topping signals. To answer your question, do we see any possible retracement in NVIDIA? Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get the competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So you've got NVIDIA at an all-time high, trade out at 323.92 out here. And the question is, do we see any kind of a signal for this pulling back out here? And it is in wave number 7. So that is letter G out here. And at letter G, that can be the sign of a top. The last time that we saw NVIDIA top was with wave number 7 out here. So that was its last all-time high. Now, is it repeating that pattern? Well, it appears so, Joe. Now, wave number 7 will last until you see a lower high. So the earliest that you would get that confirmation will be tomorrow. Then you've got to deal with all these support levels, Stevie's green line, which is up near the top of the daily profile. So say in the 304-ish area out here, that would be one level of support. 293, then 278. And then finally, 252. If I look at the weekly time frame chart, prices moving higher, beginning to move higher. Doing less relative energy out here. That's how it formed its bottom back in 2018 out here. So this pattern is going to need a bearish reversal signal, and I don't see anything on the monthly at this stage. So there's a potential. So watch the next couple of days action out here, Joe, and anticipate if you see a lower high that you'll see at least some type of retracement out there. I hope that helps you out. Let's go out to Gary in Michigan. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Great, Steve. Always great talking to you, and thanks for all the. By the way, I told you last time I called I was a new subscriber. Well, I just love the service, and it's been great. So I'm learning a lot just following it. I haven't gone through the course yet. Like I said, I'm not a trader, but I'm into gold, silver. I bet some money against the market on the IWM. But today I was calling to get kind of an update on the gold and maybe Newmont particularly.
So sure. So you're long Newmont as we speak right now.
Right, with some options on it too.
Got it. Okay, so here the signal coming from Newmont today, unless this candle changes by day's end, and it could, but the signal coming from Newmont today is that it wants to pull back. It's generating a Rhodes momentum indicator signal out here because today's candle, you really have to take a look at the last 3 sessions, Gary, and that's what creates the Three River Evening Star. Now, doesn't say to short Newmont. It just says to anticipate a retracement. In the retracement, we saw a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Let me get my cursor out here. So the same pattern is resetting itself up again. April 23rd, Newmont was moving higher, doing less relative energy, generated a bearish shooting star candle. And that set off a move back to support. And support on Newmont is in the area of 57.84 to 58.59. And we say that because that is a bullish structured profile. So it did it before. The first level of support that it has to break below, close below, is 60.87. That's the top of that daily profile. But at this stage here, as of 1:45 in the afternoon, it looks like it's just getting ready to pull back. Now, that could just be creating this little consolidation area. So if price pulled back to 57.84, are you good with that? Are you still going to remain in the long position?
I'm definitely long in it, and I'll stay long. I'm a longer term investor, but I've got some of the options, and I was looking to pull some cash. I've done well on the options. I'm up 400 or 500% on the options I've got, and I was looking to pull some cash out of that and maybe put it into something else to kind of see where this market's going. I keep fighting the fact that the market's rising. So at some point, I got to just follow what you're saying better.
Yeah. Well, so in the case of Newmont and your options out here, I'm just going to look at the GDX. So the signal coming from Newmont is to anticipate some type of retracement out here. Now, what I want to do for you is say, okay, that's what the individual stock is saying. What is the message coming from the sector itself, the GDX? And as we take a look at the GDX, it has the same message. Now, whereas Newmont Mining had that Rhodes momentum indicator top, the first one that we took a look at from late April out here, the GDX really didn't have that same signal. So now it's giving a signal that it wants to pull back, I would say, to 32.15. And if price were to close below that, that would say price would pull back to 24.37. So I think that what the GDX is communicating to you is now is a good time to take a look at taking that cash on those option positions out there. Or wait till the end of the day to see, if the GDX starts moving higher and doesn't generate this bearish reversal candle, then, I would have given you bad information or early information out here. So I'd really try to wait towards you got a couple hours, try to wait towards the end of the session. But if you don't see substantial movement to the upside in the GDX, the signal is, hey, might not be a bad time to take some of that profit.
Okay, thanks so much. And I know it's near the end of the show. I may call in tomorrow on silver. So thanks so much. And,
no problem. And I'll cover silver. I'll go ahead and cover silver for you, anyways, while you're off air out there. But you call back anytime. All right.
You make it a great day.
All righty. You too. So let's go take a look at this silver. Try to get a feel for what the patterns are inside of silver. So give me a moment. I'm going to pull up the silver contract or contracts, I suppose, and we'll take a look at. First thing we're going to look at here in silver, as soon as I get to it, are going to be the trend lines out here. So give me a second. So here, as we take a look at silver, this is what I want you to look at. So I would imagine that still the July contract, if you're long silver out here, what you want to know is, and you're looking at the very left-hand bottom panel, and you're going to see these diagonal trend lines out here. And what you're going to notice about silver is that price made it right up into resistance, not just of the trend line, but also it is a bearish structured profile. And 15.87 is the first level of resistance. The next level would be 16.29. I don't have any guarantees of price. I don't have any guarantees in life anyways out here. But right now, resistance is held at that 15.87. And so I don't have any signals right now when I look at the daily time frame chart to suggest that price is going to make its way up to the 16.29 level when I take a look at silver. If we look at a short-term time frame out here, let's try to get a short-term signal. See if there's anything. That's the 30-minute time frame. I don't have anything there other than I see a series of lower highs out there for that time frame. Let me pull over a 5-hour time frame. What do we have here? I don't have anything out here to assist us. Really what I was looking for is something to suggest or indicate that that silver was making some type of a bottom. and I just don't see it. So right now, as we speak with regard to silver, even if price can move higher, its resistance level is going to be 16.29. No breakout inside silver unless price closes above 16.29 twice, 2 days in a row out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at silver. If we look at Goldilocks, I think somebody in the den wanted to look at gold, and gold really just trading also between its descending trend line and its ascending trend line out there, creating a little wedgie. And nobody likes a wedgie. Well, that's what you've got going on inside of gold. It doesn't matter whether we look at the June contract, the August contract, the October contract, the December contract. Doesn't matter what we look at inside of Goldilocks. This is what it's doing. It's really kind of neutral as we speak right now. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets. This is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Denver and speak with Ron. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Great, Steve.
Perfect.
I wanted to ask you about Riot Bitcoin, or
yes.
BitChain, I guess, blockchain,
yeah.
RIOT. And apparently these guys are in almost, what would you say, a holding company? I'm not, it's hard to know what they do, but they own a bunch of miners, I guess, and they take different positions in Bitcoins or different types of Bitcoins.
Yeah. Yikes.
I just wondered how much of a gamble we get involved with this.
If I were to replay your description of this, I would say yikes. Because you don't know really what they do. But technically speaking, Riot today is confirming a sell the D point. So it had an A to B equals CD. It made it on Friday to the 1 to 1.618 expansion level. And today, depending on how the candle closed, right now, you've got a bear sash candle. So this is confirming the sell the D point. Profile-wise, this is suggesting a retracement back to 105, 114, or 127 out there. So now today is not the day that I would take a long position inside of Riot. I would be watching over the next couple of days to see how it pulls back. Now, it also has potential support at $137 out here. But this formed not just a wave number, or not just an A to B equals CD. It was wave number 7 as well. So it's got two topping patterns out there. So I would be patient and I would wait on this one. Let it come back to some support area. And while you're doing that, you could probably spend some more time maybe trying to take a look at them, take a look at their financials, all that kind of stuff, see if they've made any money. But technically speaking, it has generated a top today. And so wait for the pullback. Okay, Ron?
Super. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You bet. Thanks for calling in. Always good to hear from you. Thanks to all the callers out there. Sorry we didn't get to every single request, but I'll respond to those folks that sent me an email. Hey, folks, stay tuned. 2 more great hours are left. You've got my favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. Tom O'Brien to take us on home till 3 p.m. And I'll be back with you on a terrific Tuesday. So have a magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Take care, folks. Be safe.